Chapter 5, First Sync. Sector 0 was never meant to host emergencies. It was a neutral zone, a hub of pure, stabilized architecture where operators could meet without interference from system operations. A place of calm geometry, soft ambient data streams, and balanced light. At least, that was how it used to be. Now, Sector 0 pulsed with tension. The central platform, a wide disk of white and silver code, flickered as if bracing under unseen pressure. Blue veins of stabilizing energy pulsed just below the surface, keeping the sector from collapsing like so many others had. Darrell was the first to arrive. His suit still sparked from the overlock burnout he had suffered in Sector 7. He landed on the platform with a heavy thud, knees buckling slightly as he straightened. His visor dimmed as he surveyed the empty space. Too quiet. Even Sector 0 breathed differently now. The air felt denser, charged with static that tickled the skin beneath his armor. Darrell clenched his fists. Whatever was happening to the system, it was getting worse. A ripple of golden energy shimmered behind him. Al stepped through a stabilizer gate, the light from his suit flickering unevenly, a sign he had burned too much energy keeping the vault alive. His usual calm demeanor was present, but thinner at the edges. "You look terrible," Darrell said. "You look worse," Al replied, adjusting a vent on his gauntlet. "Overlock feedback?" Darrell nodded. "Vault collapse. Barely prevented." They exchanged a grim silence, the kind that only operators who had survived something impossible could share. A third ripple cut the air. Lucio appeared, stepping out of a collapsing slipstream of blue. His arrival was silent, but the tension around him spoke louder than words. He scanned the sector with sharp, deliberate movements, as if expecting another phantom to emerge at any moment. Darrell lifted a brow. "Firewall trouble." Lucio didn't answer immediately. He walked past both of them, stopping near the center of the platform. His visor glowed faintly as he replayed something only he could see. "That's not a firewall breach," Lucio finally said. "That was an attack." Al's tone sharpened. "Directed." Lucio nodded. "The patterns were too coordinated. Too precise. And..." He hesitated, then added, "I fought one. A phantom." Darrell and Al exchanged uneasy looks. "You too," Darrell said quietly. Lucio froze. "You saw one as well." Darrell nodded. "At the end of the overlock surge. I thought it was the protocol messing with my vision. But it had eyes. Red ones." "Same here," Al said softly. "It breached the vault." Lucio's shoulders tensed. "Then they're not confined by firewall logic," he said. "They're moving through the system like operators." "Like us," Darrell added. Lucio nodded grimly. "Exactly." Before they could continue, the air tore open in a blaze of red lightning. Raymond skidded onto the platform, sparks showering from his boots as he deactivated Redline Override. His suit vented steam in heavy bursts, the red glow fading to dull embers. "Sorry I'm late," he said, panting. "Traffic was a nightmare. Whole sector collapsed. You know how it is." Darrell stared at him. "Did you outrun a sector collapse?" "Yeah," Raymond said, still catching his breath. "And I punched a really big phantom in the face. Twice." Lucio's visor snapped toward him. "You encountered a phantom?" "More like fought spectacularly," Raymond said with a smirk. "It's dead now." Lucio crossed his arms. "That's impossible." Raymond shrugged. "So's my good looks, but here we are." Darrell groaned. "Raymond." "What?" "I'm being supportive." Al stepped between them. "Focus. If all four of us encountered phantoms independently within minutes of each other, then the system isn't under random attack." Lucio nodded. "It's under coordinated assault." Darrell looked around Sector 0, noticing the faint distortions creeping in at the edges of the platform. Red flickers. Glitching lines. Like fingerprints. Phantom fingerprints. "Then we need to sync," Darrell said firmly. Raymond blinked. "We've never done a four-way sync." Al folded his arms. "We've barely done a two-way sync. Coordinating four separate suit protocols simultaneously is dangerous," Lucio finished. Darrell shook his head. "It's necessary." He pointed at the edges of the sector, where thin cracks of corruption flickered with faint red light. They're testing the architecture, Darrell said quietly, poking at the seams. They know Sector 0 is our safe ground, and they're coming for it next. AL's visor dimmed as he ran calculations. The sink could stabilize the region, rebalance the architecture. It could also fry our suits, Raymond pointed out. Lucio added, or destabilize our neural links. Darrell stepped into the center of the platform. If we don't try something now, we might not get another chance. Silence fell. Al looked at Raymond. Raymond looked at Lucio. Lucio looked at Darrell. Finally, Al nodded. I'll anchor the calibration. Raymond cracked his knuckles. I'll provide power. Lucio exhaled. I'll manage the neural alignment. Darrell smirked. And I'll make sure none of you die. Raymond snorted. Typical. The four of them stepped into a circle, each facing outward. Their suits hummed with rising energy, green, gold, blue, and red, forming a lattice of pulsing light between them. Al spoke first. Initializing sync sequence. Lucio followed. Linking neural channels. Darrell grounded himself. Overclock suppressed. Stabilizers engaged. Raymond grinned. All right, let's make some fireworks. Energy rushed upward. Green flames spiraled from Darrell's armor, mixing with golden light from AL's gauntlets. Blue code streams twisted around them from Lucio's suit, while red comet-like flare trails erupted around Raymond's. The energies collided violently. The platform shuddered. Sector 0 began trembling like a breaking mirror. Darrell gritted his teeth. Hold steady. Lucio's voice was strained. Their protocols are fighting each other. They're incompatible. Make them compatible, Al barked. I'm trying. The energy surged again, rising through the chamber like a storm trying to escape the confines of gravity. Raymond staggered. If this goes wrong. It won't, Darrell growled. The four streams of power clashed in the center of the circle. For a moment, nothing existed but blinding light. The system roared. The platform shook. The air split with the scream of raw code being rewritten. Then everything clicked. A pulse of unified energy erupted outward, stabilizing the sector in an instant. The platform stopped trembling. The cracks vanished. Red corruption flickered, then burned away. The core four glowed in perfect synchronization. Raymond blinked. Did we just do that? Al stared at his readings. The sync held. Lucio whispered. Impossible. Darrell stood tall. Not impossible. The four of them turned as a new tremor rippled across the horizon. A warning. The phantom presence was growing again. This time stronger. This time aware of them. Sector 0 stabilized beneath their feet, but the world beyond trembled. Darrell lowered his visor. They know we're together now. Raymond cracked his shoulders. Good. Maybe we'll scare them. Al shook his head. Or challenge them. Lucio's visor pulsed softly. Either way, everything changes from here. The four stood shoulder to shoulder, united for the first time. The core four. And somewhere deep within the network, the phantoms felt the shift. And adapted.